Throughout history, there have been pivotal moments when a single discovery upended everything we believe to be true. These rare instances have fractured our understanding of reality and sparked fear among the most rational minds. We may be standing on the brink of another such moment. A curious image, long buried in the vast data archives of the James Webb Space Telescope, has resurfaced. What it reveals may shake the very foundations of modern science. For months, the astronomical community celebrated Webb's first deep-field image, SMACS 0723, as a triumph. It was a breathtaking cosmic portrait, showcasing distant galaxies in collision, ancient lights stretched across billions of years, and the sheer scale of the universe. Yet behind the scenes, something more unsettling was quietly unfolding. A small portion of the data was withheld from public release. No explanation, no headlines, just silence. When that data finally leaked through informal scientific channels, it wasn't the discovery of a star or a new black hole. It was something entirely different, something so anomalous, it's mathematically precise, and so disturbingly artificial that even the most seasoned astrophysicists were left without words. What exactly did the image capture? Why was it hidden? And most importantly, what kind of force could leave behind such an unmistakably deliberate signature, one that resembled an intentional message? Tonight, we'll explore the clues, break down the frequency analysis, and try to decipher what this mysterious image from the James Webb Telescope might be communicating. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to learn may challenge everything you thought you knew. The story begins with what appeared to be a routine event. On July 12, 2022, NASA unveiled the first full-color images from the James Webb Space Telescope.
How the world watched in awe.
Among the released images, one stood out, SMACS 0723. A jewel of cosmic observation filled with thousands of galaxies, some older than the Earth itself. But as researchers began poring over the accompanying raw datasets, something unusual emerged. A small segment of the mid-infrared spectrum, only a few pixels in a sea of stars, was flagged for further calibration. In NASA's language, this typically means it's being set aside for later review. Yet independent scientists weren't so quick to dismiss it. Weeks passed, then months. That section of the data remained inaccessible. Finally, after persistent pressure from the scientific community and continued leaks on astronomy forums, the data was quietly released without media attention. What it revealed was deeply unsettling. Initially, it appeared as a dark blotch. But after correcting for infrared distortions, enhancing resolution, and layering temporal data, the image showed something radically different. Concentrated thermal signature with a precisely structured pattern and a pulsing core. Unlike natural stellar objects, which vary due to natural cycles, this signal emitted energy at mechanically timed intervals. It displayed gaps, repetitions, and a pulse so consistent that it broke every known rule of astrophysical behavior. Spectral analysis revealed something even more shocking. The pulse resembled a modulated frequency at a natural occurrence, but something engineered. When scientists applied a discrete Fourier transform, they uncovered symmetrical harmonics akin to musical chords. These weren't random emissions, they were ordered. The European Southern Observatory team compared. It's known pulsar signals, which are highly regular, but even pulsars wobble. This signal did not. It was as though someone or something had constructed a pattern meant to stand out against the background noise of space. The mystery deepened further when researchers discovered the frequency matched an anomaly first detected by Voyager 2 over 20 years ago. That signal had been dismissed at the time as meaningless interference. But now, with new data from the Webb telescope, it appeared to be a piece of a larger Pazula signal repeated twice. In the void of interstellar space, and again from a region approximately 4.6 billion light-years away, some speculated these were echoes. Others believed it might be a form of synchronization. But a growing number of scientists were beginning to whisper a more daring theory. This could be a beacon. It's not a distress signal, nor a threat, but a confirmation and indication that we are not alone, and that whoever sent the message has been trying to reach us for far longer than we've realized. As more independent research groups gained access to the data, public pressure began to mount. Why hadn't NASA addressed the anomaly? Why was the release delayed? Most critically, why was the entire section redacted in the first place? When questioned during a press conference, Dr. Amanda Keller, one of the Webb mission analysts, gave a vague but cautious response. The anomaly was classified as a high priority, irregularity under review, yet leaked internal memos painted a far more concerning picture. They referenced warnings, restricted access, and communication involving names from defense and intelligence agencies, departments not normally linked to space exploration. What began as a technical anomaly started to resemble a classified discovery. Timing only added to the mystery. Just days before the release, the Pentagon quietly declassified a trove of documents related to unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. Coincidence? Or was there a coordinated effort to prepare the public for what might come next? Scientists have long debated the cosmic silence, the paradox of a universe filled with billions of habitable planets. Yet no evidence of extraterrestrial contact. But what if it's not that no one is speaking? What if someone has been listening? Waiting? One rising theory among exobiologists is that what we're seeing isn't a ship, a probe, or even a message. It's a monitor, a device planted billions of years ago, designed to observe, to listen, to catalog. Possibly not aimed at Earth specifically, but at life in general. This theory, known as the Sentinel hypothesis, proposes that advanced civilizations wouldn't waste time on dramatic landings or grand messages. Instead, they would watch quietly, patiently, and from very far away. And when a developing species finally reached the technological maturity to detect such a device, it wouldn't be because the device revealed itself, it would be because we became advanced enough to notice. And maybe, just maybe, that's what happened here. As researchers dove deeper into the Webb data, something even more baffling emerged. The signal didn't just resemble intelligent communication, it defied linear time, using Fourier analysis and quantum pattern recognition. Scientists discovered that the signal contained predictions, mathematical encodings of galactic alignments that wouldn't occur for decades. It was as though the signal bore a temporal fingerprint information from the future embedded in the present. The signal wasn't just from across space, it might also be from across time. Some theorize that what we're seeing is not merely a passive device, it's a temporal monitor embedded with foresight. It was never meant to be found until humanity achieved a specific level of scientific understanding. And with Webb, we may have just reached that threshold. The signal's origin, a star cluster on the outer edge of the SMACs, field-airily matched. Theoretical descriptions of so-called sentinel beacons proposed decades ago by scientists, like Ronald Bracewell and Sebastian von Horner. These hypothetical objects would silently observe civilizations until the time was right. But the most troubling detail wasn't that we had found such a thing, it was that the signal had changed. Comparison between Webb's scans and the original Voyager 2 recordings showed a subtle but undeniable shift. A new pulse, something not previously present, had emerged. Something had triggered it. This sparked deep concern across the astrophysics community. Had we finally been noticed? Or worse, had the device been waiting for us to reach this moment? Further, analysis revealed that the object Webb captured might not be physical in the conventional sense. It behaved more like an interference pattern, similar to a hologram etched into space-time itself. Scientists began to refer to it as the mirror, because what it reflected wasn't just the universe it appeared to reflect us. It was a feedback loop of intelligence, suggesting that some force had been watching or perhaps shaping our development from a distance. Suddenly, the core question shifted. It was no longer just, what is it? It became, who are we to? Behind the scenes, chaos brewed. Confidential reports suggested that some engineers working on Webb's data had resigned, citing ethical concerns. According to leaks, the signal contained embedded directives, not mere communication, but instructions. Instructions on interpreting advanced equations, bypassing quantum computing limits, and most disturbingly, blueprints for building a device, a Receiver for a secondary transmission. This second layer of data terrified many. If it was reland, the mounting evidence suggested it was then something had been waiting for us. Not by chance, but by design. It had waited for us to build Webb, to detect the signal, and to decode its instructions. Now with that threshold crossed, the silence of the cosmos no longer felt peaceful. It felt ominous. Now we stand on the precipice of something vast and unknowable. We've uncovered a message not sent in sound or language, but etched into the fabric of space itself. What was hidden in light older than our planet now whispers an unsettling truth. We were never alone. And worse, we were always being watched.